Hop là.
Gamers. I'm Pabro, and with me is a longtime writer and fellow dev, Brett.
Hey everyone, I'm Brett, also known as Frost, and I'm the product lead here on League of Legends.
It's Monday, May 19th, and we're here to talk to you all about some awesome stuff we got coming. But first, we have a little something to kick off the second act, so enjoy.
Attends, mais ça veste des world insane? Sous-titres, please. Ouais. J'ai pas vu ça. Ah, nouveau champ. Je suis skip de Z de fou. Chiche. Ah, ça a bossé les skins, hein. Hein? Hein? Ah, c'était des trucs de Morgana, ok. Attends, mais le flow, frère. Attends, c'est quoi la fin, là? C'est le joueur? C'est pour le prochain? C'est bien pirate, ça, on est tous d'accord, hein. Cause de merde. C'est ARAM. Ah, pour moi, c'est pour la suite aussi, ouais.
Hey everyone, I'm Riot Cadmus.
Long time no see, gamers. I'm Riot Flux.
We're here to talk a bit more about the ARAM changes that you just saw. In Act 2, we're going to be adding multiple maps to ARAM. After Champ Select, when you load in, you'll randomly get one of 3 maps. The classic Howling Abyss, an old favorite, the Butcher's Bridge, and an all-new Spirit Blossom-themed map, Cushion's Crossing.
Okay.
Our goal with introducing more maps to ARAM is to bring more excitement and variety to each game without fundamentally changing what you all love about the mode. That said, we do have some unique additions to the new maps that we want to go over. We'll start with the newest map. The most notable change we've added, other than the whole visual reskin, are the Spirit Blossom portals. They'll be replacing Hex Gates, but we won't just have them take you from your base to your outermost turret.
We also added some portals to the center of the map, so you can use them to try to make the outplay of a lifetime, or simply get outplayed. We can't wait to see the creative ways you'll find to use them. Additionally, we made some terrain adjustments to the middle of the map to make fights feel a little bit different than they do in the Howling Abyss, while still remaining an all-out ARAM fiesta. Just to manage expectations, we're experimenting with this as a season-themed map, so let us know how you like it.
Okay.
Moving over to the Butcher's Bridge. We know a lot of longtime ARAM enjoyers have fond memories of the old event map, and so do we. It's something that many of you have asked us to bring back.
So we're bringing it back?
And we even killed Gangplank again.
No, we're not shipping that. No, just...
Welcome back to the scenic, haunting depths of Bilgewater,
On
where you can become a pirate and maybe enjoy a power flower or two. Inspired by Arena, these power flowers refund your cooldowns and give you some shielding, but they won't heal you. They grow in a new, small alcove located in the center of the bridge. We added them to be a new incentive to start fights, similar to health relics, which should keep things from being too stale for too long.
Okay.
Don't worry though, they aren't as powerful as they are in Arena, so they shouldn't impact the outcome of a fight unless it comes down to the smallest of margins. We also added cannons to both spawns, because are you really a pirate if you don't have cannons?
No.
Okay, cool.
These cannons aren't just good at getting you around the map. They're also a more interesting and aggressive way to get back into the action and knock enemies up where you land. Their range will depend on your furthest standing tower, which means if your inhibitor's down and the enemy is pushing in on you for the win, you could take advantage of the cannons and get a 5-person knockup, setting up your Yasuo for an amazing ultimate to turn the tables on the other team.
Ok. Bon, je suis pas un joueur d'Aram, mais en vrai, c'est bien, je pense.
We have the Howling Abyss. This is something us ARAM mains call home. And because so many of you love the map as it is today, we didn't make any changes to it. Like we said, we wanted to preserve the core ARAM experience, and we think that keeping Howling Abyss untouched will help.
We also wanted to talk about a non-map related change that we have coming to ARAM, champion cards. One long-standing piece of player
vous êtes
feedback
content, en
we've
vrai.
heard is that the amount of champions you can choose
Ouais,
from
c'est
in
cool.
each game
Tu lances une game
feels
avec
a
tes
little
potes et tout, une
inconsistent.
petite ARAM.
It could be frustrating if your teammates leave some rerolls on the table and you're stuck with 2 to 3 champs on the bench
Okay.
to choose from. So, in order to give you all more options more consistently,
Bah, WR
we're
est
removing the reroll system and replacing it with champion cards.
When you enter Champ Select, you'll be presented with 2 champs to choose from.
Ah.
You'll have a bit of time to pick one, at which point the other will go to the bench. This guarantees you'll get at least 10 champs to choose from in any lobby.
Ah, c'est bien ça aussi.
And if you get lucky, you'll be given 3 champs to pick from. We considered always giving 3 options, but that might lead to getting some champs too reliably. And who wants a Nidalee, Ziggs, or Xerath in every one of their games?
Going
Voilà.
forward, we
Voilà.
want to make sure that all of you ARAM mains know how much we appreciate you, and we'll think of
C'est
ways
sûr.
to keep ARAM feeling fresh and loved. If you thought the Bridge of Progress, for example, had too many changes, this should be quite a bit less, as we focus mostly on slightly altering the map shape, as opposed to introducing more drastic changes like snowball, health relic buffs, inhibitor rewards, and so on. Going forward, we don't want to make these changes in isolation, but it is going to take some testing and learning to get them right.
C'est bien en vrai.
We're looking for your feedback to know what you enjoy, what we get right, and what we can improve. So please, keep talking to us so we can continually build and improve on the modes all of you love.
We think that this
Feel
new
it.
map pool will be a fun and exciting addition to ARAM, but we want to get your feedback first before we commit to making this change permanent.
Bonne communication,
As a
bravo.
reminder, Brawl is currently live, so please make sure you go give it a try.
pue sa mère.
That's it from us. As
Posez.
always, thanks for playing, and we'll see you in ARAM.
All right, as you can probably tell by now, we're still deep in the Spirit Blossom Festival, and almost everything this season has ties to the massive bloom, or wild bloom as it's called in Ionia, from the new ARAM map to the increased Spirit Blossoms on Summoner's Rift, and even our next champion, Yanara.
Oula, alors
We
ça.
aren't going to get into specifics about Yunara right
Alors
now.
ça-
She's still not coming out for a few more patches.
Ah.
But we do want to confirm that she's a traditional ADC with a core focus on auto attacks.
Oh putain.
We brought in a bunch of content creators and influencers from around the world to get a sneak preview of her gameplay. And you'll get a full reveal of her kit with these creators in just 2 weeks. And similar to Mel, Yunara will be earnable by completing
Votre bien-aimé Trayton n'y est pas allé, voilà, je vous le dis. J'aurais pu, et j'étais en mode. En fait, je ratais des cases de LP et de LCK pour ça, donc je me suis dit, les gars, après vous allez. Il faut pas rater les cases de LP et de LCK. T'as pas été invité, si. Bah non, mais il fallait aller à Berlin et tout. Et j'ai raté des cases de LP et LCK, c'était chiant.
a few missions.
Outside of
Hey.
core gameplay, we'll be
Et puis, il y en a-
releasing another
voilà,
metagame.
Exactement, Waxtrick et tout, ils sont allés. C'est très bien, c'est très bien, c'est très bien. Ils feront du beau contenu.
This act.
Mais t'es débile,
It's a
pardon.
2.5D side-scrolling beat 'em up featuring, you guessed it, Yanara alongside Zinzao. While you dodge, punch, kick, slide, and fight, you'll get to experience more of this season's story and learn more about the mysterious Wild Bloom. We saw some feedback around the Demon's Hand, around having to grind a ton of League games to progress, so this one is more self-contained. That means you can play the entire story without playing League matches in between.
But wait, that's not all.
Oh.
Would it really be Spirit Blossom without a way to befriend some spirits, if you know what I mean? That's right. We've got a spiritual successor for Spirit Bonds, just a bit smaller in scale this time.
De quoi il parle?
This year's version will allow you to connect with some new spirits and earn their favor by simply playing League and completing champion-specific missions.
Ah.
And when you've earned enough favor, you'll get a little reward from each spirit, like a nice, firm handshake.
Oh, yeah. All right. Okay.
The courtyard is unlocked after you complete the beat 'em up metagame, and just like last time, it does require League gameplay to progress.
Ah, bon.
Now, we know that visual novels and relationship-based games might not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine.
Ah, c'est un
In
jeu d'enfant,
general,
ok.
we want to continue to experiment with these metagames, so we'll keep trying different cadences, genres, and styles to make sure we're creating something for everyone over time.
Ok.
With that, I'll hand it over to Matt and Drew to talk about griefing and inting.
Ah.
Hey everyone,
Les
I'm Ryan
punitions,
Froxon,
les
and I'm
punitions,
just a
les
capybara.
punitions.
As a recap, in the last dev update, we announced we are updating our systems to better detect and penalize disruptive behaviors like inting and griefing. So this time, we're back to let you know how this update went. When we rolled this out, it was really important to us to not punish low-skill players. Their play is sometimes hard to distinguish from players who intentionally lose in higher skill games, so we were a bit conservative with our rollout.
To date, the detections have a 99.95% accuracy rate.
Ah oui.
Given this success,
En plus-
we're continuing to invest in the system's capabilities.
Ok.
We'll also start holding higher skill games to a higher standard since we know Diamond players don't ghost back to lane like Iron players might. So we'll start punishing more aggressively in those instances.
Merde. Alors, non, en vrai de vrai, moi je pense que c'est pas moi. Par contre, Hiro, attention à vous. Hein. Attention à vous. S'ils commencent à faire du high skill, attention. Il y en a, ils vont prendre.
Additionally, we're significantly increasing penalties for repeated levers and toxic keyboard warriors.
We've also
ça
seen
peut être moi,
a
ça, des
lot
fois.
of your feedback on things that you felt were missing, like spamming Trundle Pillar or Nivea Wall or trolling TK ults on your teammates. So we've increased our detections to help identify those more
C'est
active.
super dur ça, je pense.
At the time of recording, we're targeting these changes to go live with patch 25.11. Beyond this, we're also revising our current approach on ranked restrictions. We've found that while ranked restrictions work in most cases, there are some players who get through their restriction games by ruining norms or swift play, which just sucks, and it isn't okay. While this percentage is low, we just don't think this behavior has any place in the game.
Compréhensible.
So we'll be punishing ranked offenders with aggressive Q delays.
There's also one more change we're working on, but wanted to get your thoughts on.
Tu sais que le Q delay, hein. Le Q delay, c'est le pire truc qui peut t'arriver. Hein. Quand tu te grattes les veines, que tu viens de faire une game que t'as perdue, et qu'après t'as genre 20 minutes de Q delay où tu peux pas tag, je te jure que ça, c'est en vrai de vrai, c'est pire que les normal games. Ça, c'est infâme ça.
Before implementing.
Ça m'est arrivé, mais je pense que
We're
ça m'arrive
looking at adding a
fatalement.
new feature to automatically terminate games if egregious game-ruining behavior is detected. This means 9 people won't have to have their time wasted by a single player
trop bien,
intent on
ça.
trolling, similar to how Vanguard currently works with cheaters.
Trop bien
We
ça.
also wanted to take a moment to acknowledge some feedback we've seen on the honor system. We know it's frustrating to see that you're about to be demoted when you haven't changed how you play or how you interact with other players. This is due to some under-the-hood changes we made to the system back in patch 25.04. Since we released these changes, we changed how honor is evaluated in a way that doesn't line up with your expectations. So we'll be looking to iterate and improve on the experience in the coming months.
Ah, compris.
While we're working on these improvements, nothing will change with Hextech chest distribution today. But as we mentioned when chests returned, we still fully intend on having some only earnable through higher honor levels in the future. But we have to get the system right before doing that.
We know having positive
La dernière fois qu'ils ont fait ça, littéralement, tous les geeks, hein, tous les geeks de League of Legends qui avaient plus leur chest, qui avaient plus leur free skin, littéralement étaient dans la rue. Hein. Attention Riot avec les free chests, hein, les free chests, hein. Attention.
players in your games is something all of us care a lot about. So expect to hear more from us about honor in a future dev update later this year.
Okay.
Until then, thanks for staying positive.
And if you're not, prepare to be eliminated.
And just around the corner, we have MSI that starts on June 27th.
Okay.
This year, we'll be bringing pick'ems to MSI for the first time ever. So make sure you do your research and lock in before the first match.
C'est cool ça aussi.
See if someone will finally submit a perfect bracket, which won't be me.
We're also excited to test out a new way to
Je fais un
celebrate the
perfect
team
100%.
that wins MSI this year.
Oula.
The week after the final match, we'll be putting the skins that the winning team used during the finals on sale. We'll create a bundle for each role that contains the skins used with an even deeper discount.
Riot Games, vous avez beau faire ça, frérot, Faker il prendra pas de skin. Hein. S'il en fait, il va pas le faire. Hein. Vous pouvez faire ça. Mon rêve, les joueurs ils prennent 0 skin. Toujours le fric. Non, en vrai, c'est cool, frère. Mais toujours le fric. Mais attends, comment ça, toujours le fric? C'est normal, c'est une entreprise. Mais pour le coup, c'est sympa.
For example, the top lane bundle. So let's hope that we go to a full 5 games for maximum skins. Check out patch notes for more details.
C'est vrai que Faker sera pas final de MSI, c'est bien vrai ça.
And last, it's been a minute. I'm here to address Viktor Nation. We've been quiet, but it doesn't mean we weren't listening. So I'm happy to announce to you all that we'll be doing a throwback skin in the style of Viktor's original look because we know it means a lot to so many of you. Now look, we don't have a name yet, but maybe Viktor? I don't know. Let us know, Viktor Nation. He'll be coming out later this year. And that's it for today. We'll be back in a few more weeks to talk more. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the Rift.
Hein? C'est quoi le délire avec Viktor? C'est genre les gens sont pas contents de son upgrade visuel et du coup ils veulent l'ancien? C'est bonne news cette vidéo. Bah globalement c'est plutôt les W. Hein.